I'm dead serious about this. Has anyone this year made less than 5 but took more than 20? Because I can't.
19 with the
over 20. We
Sixers.
need 20 or more. 20 or more. We get Reggie Jackson off the. He gets the pass today, if that was indeed the case. Misplaced. Desmond Mason is en route, he says. Todd, text him back. He texted you on this too. He asks a question. But it is time, ladies and gentlemen, for Stat of the Day.
Hey, everybody, guess what time it is? It's Stat of the Day time. Stat of the Day.
Yes, and this is even this is a really good one. Perhaps the Stat of the Year. So if the Thunder win tomorrow, and obviously the Pelicans need to lose, the Thunder will take on the Golden State Warriors in round 1, which would begin this weekend. Golden State became the first team in NBA history, this is amazing, to compile multiple home winning streaks of at least 17 games in the same season. Come on now. That's insane.
It's your Stat of the Day.
Right? I mean, that's crazy. They compiled multiple 17-game home win streaks. What'd they do, like lose 2 in the middle?
It's your Stat of the Day.
That's 34 total. You play 41 home games.
Yeah, you have to lose in the right spot to do that.
Yeah, I mean,
sure.
It is a bit random, like, the losing in the correct spots, but you still have to be pretty damn good.
I've got your stat on guys that have made less than 5 shots and taken more than 20.
Okay.
This season, it's happened 4 times.
Okay.
Would you care to guess the 4 players that have done it? I think you can guess 3 of them if you think about it hard enough.
Carmelo.
This season.
We played a half a season.
No, Carmelo hasn't done it.
Reggie Jackson?
No. You already kind of guessed 1.
Well, Dion Waiters.
Dion Waiters was 4 for 21 against Portland last night.
The way you're bringing that up, I'm going to guess there's another Dion Waiters in there.
No. 2 of them play in the state of Texas.
Really?
Yes. Both are going to make the playoffs.
Desmond's in here. Are you aware of this stat we're doing here?
Monte Ellis.
Monte Ellis was 4 for 22 against Phoenix back in March. Guys that have made less than 5 field goals and attempted more
James
than
Harden.
20. James Harden was 4 for 21 against Boston.
I would not have guessed that.
Hey, Celtic pride. Those Celtics, man, they play hard. That was back in January.
Celtic pride. Listen to you. So the last one would be
Trey Burke is the last one. He was 4 for 22 earlier this year.
So,
it's happened 4 times this year. Dion Waiters, congratulations. You made the list last night against Portland by going 4 for 21. A torrid 19% from the field.
ouch. Ouch.
You want to hear the crazy stat from that?
Yeah.
All
There's
those same 4 guys combined went 20 of 20 from the free throw line in those games.
Oh, wow. Des, did you ever have nights, Desmond Mason's in here now, 107.7 The Franchise. Did you ever have nights where you were just like, okay, I'm not going to shoot anymore?
I've had some nights like that. I mean,
So, in other words,
I've had them, yeah.
In other words, like you don't miss 13 of your first 15 attempts and then go, you know what? I am going to make the 16th.
Did you ever have nights where you thought, that guy on my team doesn't need to shoot anymore?
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. More of those nights.
Who was the worst offender? Who was the guy that the most times you thought, he's got to quit shooting?
Gary Payton.
Really?
Yeah. He went 3 for 18 or 3 for 19 in the first half of a game. Took it personal. We were playing the Clippers, and it was, what was the kid's name? He played at Missouri, Keon Dooling. him and Keon Doolin got into a little bit of a talking match, and before you know it, Gary's chunking everything at the rim. And I'm just thinking to myself, I mean, he's not going to pass.
There's nothing you can do about it, right?
There's not much you can do. I was a rookie. What do you say? Nobody can say anything. He's the highest paid point guard in the league.
Okay, I know that's different than this because he was 3 of 18 or 19 or whatever. But the other day, Russell Westbrook shoots 43 shots. If you're his teammate, Russell Westbrook says, I know my teammates are okay with it. Do you think everyone's okay with it, or do you think there were people that thought to themselves, he's shooting the ball way too much?
No, I think on this team, everybody's okay with it. I mean, again, nobody else is stepping up and doing too much of anything, so can't really say anything. I mean, if you're going out and shooting a high percentage and scoring well and he's not passing you the ball, that's one thing. But if you're not making shots and everybody's timid, you can't really say anything.
Yeah, and again, Zach, we both said we don't have a huge problem with it because he hit 21 out of 43. It's not like he went 12 for 43 or something.
He wasn't inefficient. Now, I think I have a problem with him getting up to 43 in a small part, at least, because that means he didn't get to the line a lot.
Our biggest problem, I think, with the whole thing is that Morrow shot 4 shots.
Yeah. I mean, well, I will say this, though. Last night was a huge example, at least in my opinion. Man, they're trying to lock up on Morrow now. Morrow is now becoming a decoy. Like, there are teams that are actually covering him and giving up a lane for Russ sometimes, just so they can have him covered in the corner. I mean, he has become a legitimate threat in the corner. So I guess you can look at that one of two ways. He's not getting enough shots. That means there's probably more open area for around the rim for Thunder players to move around. But that's just my thought on that. Look at you. You came in with a notebook and everything.
Oh, yeah, I'm multitasking. And got my notes just in case I need to write down something really funny.
He's got that's right. He's got to write down his material. All right, this is what we were thinking about doing today. Now, on Thursday, when you were with me at the grocery at Homeland, I said we're going to start a new segment called Desmond Mason's Storytime.
Yeah.
Do you remember the story that came on?
I do remember, yeah.
All right, then I think, Todd, if we can, in the next segment, if we can find, you're going to be my little Paul Schaefer here, like on the Letterman show. Like, can we have some Storytime music? Look for some Storytime with Des, where I just give him the floor and he explains the entire story, and we can mix in if we have any questions along the way. If you don't mind us interrupting you, just to ask for specification on some things.
Absolutely,
because that's everyone loves when they're telling the story. The little kids asking all kinds of questions.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to be those little kids. Yeah. We're totally going to be those little kids. So that's coming up.
Why did the bird go outside?
But why?
Because he lives outside.
That's right. Why? And we'll talk. Don't worry, we will talk Thunder. We know it's an important time of year. We don't necessarily like to talk Thunder the entire time when Desmond's in here, but we know that this is kind of a big time of year.
The only thing to talk about Thunder is they got to win. Yeah, that's pretty much
must wins,
and that's it. That concludes our Thunder coverage.
They have to win. There's not a lot else to say.
That concludes our Thunder coverage for today. Now, the other question, and this is more of an immediate request, not request, just a question. We saved Name That Year, what we usually do at 9:40, for when you came in here today. Now, you get the choice. Would you like to be the participant? Because it's going to have 460-1077. Call right now. Caller 5. We're going to do this right now. 460-1077. I'm going to open up my Periscope so people can watch us on Periscope. They can watch and see that I'm not cheating or Des is not cheating. It depends on which he would like. Would you like to be the participant today, or would you like to co-host?
What does co-hosting consist of?
Basically, you sit in here and make fun of Zach when he can't get the answer right.
Let's start with that one.
You want to do that?
Let's start with that one.
So you don't want to be the guesser today?
No, I'm going to start with that one.
All right, 460-1077 is the phone number, and I'm going to go ahead and throw up a Periscope so you all know what's going on here. By the way, this might be getting, Todd, I've been told, this might be getting a sponsorship here very soon, where people on with Periscope included. Are you familiar with Periscope?
I'm not. I was about to ask you that.
I think we had somebody yesterday, or last week, I started Periscoping some segments, okay? Periscope is live video streaming from your phone.
Wow.
So, and it'll automatically, anytime you want to start a broadcast, it'll automatically tweet out a link to your Twitter account so people can watch. And within maybe the first couple of broadcasts, somebody sent a message to me going, Desmond's going to love Periscope. And I'm like, interesting. You can do live video, and then after the video's over with, it'll automatically archive it for you if people want to go back and check out what you live taped. But
you should Periscope
live camera
while you're painting.
Got it. That'd be cool.
See, that would
People
be cool.
could watch you paint live.
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to type in a little message here. Okay. Live on air.
See, but Zach's taking it too far, Desmond. Like Zach
Why
goes,
is that?
The other day, Zach, he Periscopes during the show, which is fine. If people want to watch what they're hearing, that's cool.
People want to see behind the scenes
But then,
stuff.
Desmond, Zach goes, I'm walking my dog. Check me out on Periscope. And people watched Zach walk the dog.
That's not how you know better, too. That is not how.
That is how.
That's not how I described
it was phrased.
I was walking the
when
dog.
did you tweet this out? Last Friday? Let me go back 2,000 tweets, and I'll find what you said exactly.
I was walking the dog, and I said, let's chat. It wasn't about the dog. I was just saying I was walking the dog. But anyway, that's what's going to happen here. So do we have a caller?
Yes.
Okay, do you want to fire up the imaging here?
Name. That. Year. Well, you really should, boy.
All right, so now you get to see how it goes, Des. Let Des play along.
Yes,
here.
and Des can be another witness that you don't cheat.
Absolutely.
People
That's
think
right.
Zach cheats every day because he usually wins.
See, now say hi to the people on Periscope.
Hello, people on Periscope.
There you go. All right, so I'm going to leave the room.
What am I, chop liver over here?
Pretty much.
Let's open the door so he can get out,
I'm outta here.
bounce, kick rocks.
All right, if you've never heard Name That Year before, the way it works,
Perfect.
I have 4 sound clips. They are all from the same year.
Uh-huh.
Okay, they're all from the same year. There's a baseball, basketball, football, miscellaneous. James is our caller today, and James is playing for a $25 Homeland gift card. If he beats Zach today, he'll get the gift card. If Zach wins, in the words of the dude on Caddyshack, James will get nothing and like it. So James will pick a category. I'll play the sound clip. He'll guess the year. If he gets it wrong, we'll move to another category. We'll see how many it takes for him to get it right. Then we'll bring in Zach, who is outside and can't hear anything. And when Zach comes back in, we'll let him try to beat James's score. All right, James, welcome to the program today here on 107.7 The Franchise. Name that year. What do you think about your chances today, James? Confident?
I don't know. I'm just going to try to do the best I can, man.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what Thunder fans are saying. I don't know. We're just going to try to do the best we can. All right. James, what category do you want first? Baseball, basketball, football, or miscellaneous?
Let's go miscellaneous.
All right. Miscellaneous clip. What year did this happen?
You can't get emotional yet because you've got to get off turn 4 and back to the start-finish line.
And you can see it now. The legacy continues. Dale Earnhardt Jr. wins the 46th Daytona 500. Got it.
Dale Jr. wins the Daytona 500. What year was that?
I'm going to say 2003.
That is incorrect. All right, so next category, you have baseball, basketball, football left.
Let's go basketball.
Basketball, what year did this happen?
And there's the exclamation point for Argentina.
Look at the coach, Magnano. We saw him start this tournament out with his wild sprint against Serbia and Montenegro. Look at the joy on the Argentinian faces and the disappointment in the United States.
What year did that happen? Argentina defeating the USA. What year was that?
2002.
Incorrect. You have baseball and football left.
Let's go football.
Football. Sorry, Cowboy fans. What year did this happen?
The celebration is on in the state of Mississippi. And why not? First time in 41 years Ole Miss has played in the Cotton Bowl. And they will go home victorious. 41-28.
Ole Miss beats OSU in the Cotton Bowl. What year was that?
96.
Incorrect again. All right, you got one more chance. Here's your baseball
Gotta
clip.
get this one, buddy.
He got it. Look at his teammates. Look at Randy Johnson. A perfect game. 13 strikeouts. He faced 27 men. He got them all out. And he gets mobbed
by his teammates out by the mound.
Randy Johnson, the big unit, throwing a perfect game. What year was that?
98.
So sorry, James. It was 2004. However, we're going to go grab Zach now. Desmond's going to go get Zach.
Going to get him.
And if Zach can't get it in 4 guesses, we'll have a tie, and it'll come down to a tiebreaker. It has been won before like that on the tiebreaker. So stay on hold for me, James. You still have a chance at that $25 Homeland gift card here on Name That Year on 107.7, The Franchise. Zach McCrite is headed back into studio. Desmond's going to get him. If you haven't checked out Zach on Periscope, you can get his link from Twitter at Big Easy.
Oh, absolutely not.
And you can check out his Periscope.
Minimum somewhere?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Zach's back in studio.
All right, here we go. So now everybody knows that I wasn't cheating.
No.
So there's your.
He was outside.
I was outside. I was talking to people on Periscope.
Desmond told him the answer before he got back in. No, I'm kidding.
All right, what we
all right, Zach. What category you want?
Let's go. I was out there a while. Let's go football.
What year did this happen?
The celebration is on in the state of Mississippi. And why not? First time in 41 years Ole Miss is playing in the Cotton Bowl. And they will go home victorious. 41-28.
Ole Miss wins the Cotton Bowl 41-28. What year was that?
That sound clip's got me all confused because it sounds like it's an old clip, but I don't think that happened very, very long ago. So I'm kind of confused. I'll start I may be way off here, but I'm going to start the bidding at 2013.
Wrong.
Basketball.
What year did this happen, Zach McCrite?
There's the exclamation point for Argentina. Look at the coach, Magnano. We saw him start this tournament out with his wild sprint against Serbia and Montenegro. Look at the joy on the Argentinian faces and the disappointment in the United States.
What year was that, Zach?
Wow, you guys have thrown me for a loop today. Argentina won. I think they won the Olympics in 2004.
What's the answer?
2004.
He got it.
Yes, he did. Good job.
Zach McCrite is the winner today.
Look at you go.
What happened to
That was
the other guy? Did he not get it?
He didn't get it.
Wow.
This is the time where I put him back on the air and you trash talk him, Zach.
Yeah, way to go. Way to not get it, sir. Who is this? Who am I speaking with?
James.
This is James.
James? I mean, seriously, how much shame do you feel at the moment?
I feel pretty bad.
Yeah. Well, at least you stayed on the phone line. Other people would have probably hung
Hope
up.
your family and friends weren't listening, James.
That's right. Yeah. It'd be really tough to really talk to all them tonight, but that's okay. That's all right. Maybe.
Just kidding, buddy. Thanks for listening.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah. He stuck
I feel
through
bad.
all
He
that.
seemed like a nice guy. We were trash
He's a
talking.
great guy. He said nothing back.
I know.
Just wasted
I know.
life breath.
All
He's
right,
got
so-
a list of people to kill, and Zach McCrite and Todd Lisenbee just got put on.
Just
yeah.
got added on. That's why I said 0.
It's like what is that? Is it Billy Madison?
Yes.
Where
Steve Buscemi's got the list.
Buscemi.
Yeah.
Then he crosses off Billy Madison and puts on some lipstick.
Yeah, he
That's
didn't.
what that guy just did. Yeah.
He didn't
so
say
creepy.
anything, but in his head he was thinking, "I know where you were."
He knows exactly what he's going to do, so he's got a whole setup.
That's right. All right, people are asking, where's Des and Todd? All right, we will do that during the break. I'll Periscope with these guys. And Todd, Des, next segment, we're going to do story time with Des. Would you like to tease the story for our listeners?
Well, we talked about it last time. It's the first car accident I had.
Find out about Dez's first car accident next. All right, everybody's chilling. Well, not everybody, obviously. There is a handful of people hanging out with us on Periscope. We did a quick Q&A with Des during the break. We're going to keep it on here during story time. In fact, I am going to tape him giving his story. So Des likes to come in here with with stories. He likes to come in here and and tell us stuff. We like to go off the beaten path with Desmond. You know, I know everybody thinks of Desmond around here as a basketball player. He is far more than that. He is far more interesting. No offense. He's far more interesting on things other than basketball. I really hope you don't take offense to that.
I take that as a huge compliment.
And then things outside of basketball than he is with basketball. And so we like to get that out of him. You know, pregame, you got to talk a lot of basketball, and he does a really good job of that. But
plus, he's the only guy we know that hangs out with George Strait.
Yeah. So he hangs out with George Strait, and he gets punched in the nuts by Matthew McConaughey. We want to know those stories. You know,
those are fun stories.
Yeah, that's right. So
Michael Phelps.
I was talking about Bolden Flowers the other day. A guy asked me, he said, "Can you explain that Bolden Flowers to me?" I'm like,
somebody stopped you in public?
Yeah, I had to.
Nice.
I had to talk about Bolden Flowers.
All right, very good.
I told him about a T-shirt.
Oh, yeah, we got to make the T-shirt. All right,
baby.
So it is now. Is this our Storytime music?
This is our Storytime music.
Storytime music. It's time now for storytelling.
Are we in Miami?
With Desmond Mason.
Is this Rio?
Like we are.
I know. I feel like we need a daiquiri while we listen to this story.
I'll try to get to the actual story. It's just, I don't know, it was a fun story for me. So it was my first car. I'm from Waxahachie, Texas. My dad was like, "Okay, listen, we're going to buy you a car." So I saved up $600. And we walk down the end of the street, and there's this guy. He's got a 72 Nova. You know, it's primer grade, 5 stars on it, original motor, everything, 350 Super Sport. So I walk down, and I'm sitting at the table at this guy's house, and the guy's like, "No, $900. My dad's like, "No, $600. The guy's like, $800. It's like, $600, here it is in cash. My dad knew he kind of had some financial issues, so gave him the $600. I drove it back down to the house, wet sanded it, got it all nice and painted white. We did a restoration on it, all this stuff. So the first time my dad's like, "Okay, we're going to take it out to drive." I'm like, "Okay." So we take it out. Everything's fine. Cruising. It's got some power. I'm driving down. I'm feeling real good about myself. And we're driving, and we come up on this bridge. So there's a tractor in front of us with a tail on the back. So the tractor's slow, and I'm just kind of cruising behind this tractor. And I didn't say nothing to my dad. My dad's just over sitting, being quiet. I put the blinker on. I go around the tractor. There's a truck coming head on.
Oh, no.
I get about maybe like a quarter of the car in front of the tractor. There's a truck coming head on.
Oh, no.
As opposed to hitting the brake a little bit, seeing if I can get the tractor to go and then swooping in behind, I just basically swung a right. The paint was 2 days old, maybe. Destroyed the whole entire front of my car. First
wait
wreck.
A minute, the front?
I went over to the right, and I hit the side of the tractor tail.
So you did hit the brake.
I tried to get back in my lane.
You tried to get back in your lane before
I didn't go head
getting
on.
in front.
I didn't go head on. I tried to go back in my lane and slam the whole entire side of my car into the side of this guy's tractor on a bridge.
Man.
His tractor, he swerved on his tractor. His tail swung. The guy that was coming at me, he was swerving all over the place, trying to miss me. He hit the ditch. And
he hit the ditch?
My dad looked at me. He's like, "You need to get out the car." I had to get out, go and apologize to everybody, gave all the insurance information, and my dad got in the driver's seat and drove me back home.
Oh, my God.
And he made me repair that car all by myself. So, and I still have that car today. 72
Do you
Nova,
really?
Yep. Original motor, everything. I still have it
What's
today.
the mileage on it?
It doesn't have very many miles on it. I think about 80-something thousand.
Really?
He can't tell you, Zach, because he's going to roll them back and sell it here.
Yeah,
pretty soon.
no, it's got about 80-something thousand miles.
You're not going to believe it, but it has 3,000 miles.
It's got original 100 miles on it.
Well, inside the trunk, if you pop the trunk, inside the trunk, you can see kind of that original green that they used to make those Nova models in that year in, that original green paint color. We just painted it all white, black vinyl, black tweed on the inside, put some Daytons on it, made it look all pimped out. But it's got like 80-something thousand miles on it. But once I got out of college, I never drove it. My dad just stored it away.
So you drove it all of college, too?
Oh, it was my college car, yeah.
Was there ever a car trend that you really got into that looking back, you're like, "Oh, my gosh, I can't believe I did that to my car"?
No, well, I used to get rims, but I never did anything crazy. My second car I bought in the NBA was Birdman owned it, from Lil Wayne. Birdman, that guy.
Yeah.
Well, he owned it, and I bought it from another dealer, and it had suede top roof, suede inside of it, But it was a really nice car, though. White on white, white rims, chrome lips. I mean, it was a BMW 745 And it was a nice car, but I never really got into it. I'm kind of into classic cars. I got 4 of them at home back in Texas.
Do you do SUVs at all? I don't think I've ever seen you in an SUV.
I have had one, but I'm not a huge.
Guy.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like a big, kind of nicer sedan.
Big luxury car.
See, we're all about the same age. I'm sure you guys remember the lowrider trend.
Yeah, man.
Ugh.
Yeah,
I can't believe people did
the
that.
lowrider?
I got that was one of the cars we thought about buying, but it was too expensive. It was actually, I don't know if you remember the mini trucks where the tops used to come off. You can convertible a truck.
Yes.
So I was going to buy a mini truck. It had shaved door handles, so it just had the button push and the doors would pop open. It was so sick. It was so sick. But my dad was like, boy, you flip that truck, you going to fly out of it. And I'm like, man, that just sounds country, Daddy. I'm not going to flip my truck. You know, I load that just to the ground. You know what I got to do to flip a truck, Dad? Low to the ground?
Yeah, no kidding.
Hit a tractor.
It had hydraulic. Yeah. Or a cow.
If he tries to pass a tractor again, it could end up on its top. My dad used to not care too much. He's like, just do whatever you want to buy. It's your money. My mom I bought a Jeep Wrangler. My first real car that I bought a Jeep Wrangler, top off and all that stuff. And my mom, oh my gosh, I mean,
thought you were gonna flip it and fall out of it
all the time. I haven't been in knock on wood, I haven't been in a serious wreck in my life.
Yeah, I've been in a couple.
But she always thought I was going to.
My first vehicle, I got a brand new Chevy truck, and I made every payment on it.
Wow.
I used to play football on Friday nights and then get up at 6 or 7 in the morning and go work for my grandpa doing sod and landscaping to pay for my truck.
Look at you.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
I paid for my second one. My parents got me a beater for my first car. And then I had that for 4 years, and then 4 years later, I bought a 2000 Jeep Wrangler.
I learned at age 16 that car payments stink.
Yeah,
they're terrible.
But you gotta buy your own car. You gotta buy your own first car. My kids will buy. Kids just get stuff handed to them. My kids will buy their own first thing. They might hate me.
Yeah,
if you get it handed to you, you need to at least work on it to fix it up.
But most people, they don't appreciate it. I have friends that had their parents gave them cars, and they just never appreciate them. They beat them up, and their parents would take care of them. But my dad, even in college, I was on Pell Grant and scholarship check. And, he's like, listen, I'll split your insurance with you, but all the maintenance and stuff on your car, you have to pay for. Anything that you want to do to it, you have to pay for it. When I was young, I had to pay for my insurance, and I paid $600 for the car working mowing yards to make the money to pay for it. So
mowing yards,
that's why,
always good work.
I never want to get rid of that car.
What's the dream car for you guys?
Mine? 68 Camaro. I don't have it yet.
I'm not a big... I mean,
you don't have one like that?
Just give me a nice, big... be able to fit my fat ass into an SUV.
Yeah, that's my dream car is a brand new everything on it Escalade.
With the big,
that's all I've ever wanted is an Escalade.
They're good cars now, they're much better than they used to be. Like my classic is a '68 Camaro, and my modern day, I've never really had like a powerful sports car. I want an Aston Martin Vanquish. Like that's mine.
Which retails at?
I think right now the new is like $175,000.
See, the Bugatti Veyron, I think, is kind of the...
That's like $1 million.
Yeah, I think it's like $2.3 million.
It doesn't even depend on which one you get, but I think the lower bottom, the bottom number, just the normal standard.
Aston Martin Vanquish retails from $279,000.
No, that must be loaded.
$279,000.
You ain't getting this deal. This $175 deal. I don't know. I don't care who you know, D. Mason.
I promise you, I can do that.
Oh, look at him!
I just ain't. I'm not ready. We got 2 young ones. It's not ready for not ready for that yet.
Wait till you get them out of the house.
One day, when I grow up.
That's right. That's exactly right. When I grow up.
Who's the worst driver you've ever NBA player, someone you played with? Was there one guy that used to get in wrecks all the time, or?
I'd say the worst driver, Chris Anderson. Never been in a car with him, but leaving the airport at the same time. I mean, that guy is crazy. I mean, we were leaving the airport, coming back into Oklahoma City. Everyone's going back to their house when the Hornets were in town. And he's in an SUV. And in Houston, Texas, they do this thing. It's called swinging. Like, basically, you just drive back and forth all the way across. You just take up the whole entire road.
Really?
Yeah, it's like ghost riding in the Bay Area. Guys get out of the car and walk beside the car and ghost ride the car. But it was called swinging. Chris Anderson was swinging on Highway 44. half the parkway. I'm sorry. Half the parkway. Swinging, going maybe 75 miles an hour.
Get out of here.
Curbing it. I mean, in the dirt. Swinging every lane, the whole entire highway.
What? Why?
And he came flying past me one time.
What drugs was he on?
I don't know. He came flying past me one time.
I do.
I was going to buy.
There was a test at one point in time. I can tell you what drugs he was on.
He came flying past me. I was going to buy 80, and he came zipping past me like I was standing still. He had to be going like 110, 120, easily.
Jeez.
He was in a Magnum.
Yeah, that would be, seriously.
It's ridiculous.
And that would be end of friendship.
That's extremely dangerous.
I call that EOF.
Yeah,
I'm like, hey, look, hey, I like you. You're cool, but we can never hang out again.
Yeah, that's extremely dangerous.
Like, I'll meet you at the bar.
Yeah.
I ain't going there with you, and I ain't leaving with you.
Well, you can't. Hanging out with Chris Anderson was a no-no. It was a no-no.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I've actually a couple times hung out with Chris Anderson.
Bad News Bears. Right there.
Some interesting stuff that happened.
Man.
You going to tell those stories?
No, I mean, he just he spent a lot of money on a lot of drinks for people.
Oh, yeah. I bet that.
Yeah.
I can bet that. All right. Here's the deal. We did on Periscope before the end of the break. We did a little bit of a impromptu Ask Des, and so this might be. I mean, I haven't really thought about this. I don't know what's going to happen the rest of this week. Maybe you come in here on Thursday. We might be doing a post-mortem on the season, but after that, this might be it. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, how about one final time? We do an Ask Des.
Good questions, man. Bring it all out.
And you can do it on Periscope too. I'm going to end this Periscope broadcast and I'm going to start another one. All right, and you can get on Periscope and ask questions on Periscope or on Twitter. We'll look at it everywhere, or on text 88474. If you just make sure you you start your text with the word text, or we won't see it. Okay, so. Anywhere. We will just ask questions, all kinds of questions. They can be sports related. They can be Thunder related. Obviously, that's a big deal around here, so we can do all those. But we need to make them rapid fire. We're going to try to get in as many as we possibly can. All right? 88474 on the text line. Tweet at us at Big Easy, at Todd on Franchise, at D Mason Art. And if you want to, follow me on Periscope at Big Easy. On Twitter, it'll come up. The link will come up. We will do all of this on Periscope, starting next on the franchise. All right, just give us some music. We're just gonna start flying through these. This is on Periscope so far. Mason had some serious hops back in the day. You acting like you don't have them anymore? What?
I got hops?
Yeah.
Who talking that craziness?
Yeah, he's got hops. All right, so just start asking questions. Ask Des, our Ask Des segment here on 107.7 The Friends. We do it about once a month or so, just to ask questions. I've actually got some. This might be the last time. Look, Des will probably come in here. If the Thunder don't make the playoffs, Des will probably come in here on Thursday. We can do a little bit of a post-mortem, stuff like that. We can talk about the NBA playoffs. I don't know what the company's going to do if the Thunder don't make it. Like, are they going to still pay him and let him come in and talk during the playoffs? Does Des even want to do that?
You're getting paid for this? I got to talk to somebody.
Yeah, we feel gypped. We thought you were doing this out of the goodness of your own heart.
Getting paid with Little Debbie snack cakes.
Yeah, I bet. That and some peanuts.
I got some music for Ask Des.
There you go. Yeah. There we go.
I hadn't heard this song in a long time.
Jared on Twitter. Hashtag Ask Des. Favorite piece of art that's not yours?
That he owns or just in general?
I guess it can be either or.
I'm gonna say that I'm owning. I just bought a Basquiat series for the first time. It's my first fairly big art purchase, and I'm a huge Jean-Michel Basquiat fan. So these bodies of work are good, and they're basically all about the bones in the body and so on and so forth. They're on paper etchings, and so I'm excited about those.
Really?
So, yeah,
what about
my work.
Favorite, most famous piece of art? Like of those that, are the ones that people go see. Like you've seen the Mona Lisa and you've seen...
Yeah. It's hard to pick a specific one. I mean, I would say... some of the pieces from Picasso's Blue series. I've seen the Tate Modern, and those pieces are incredible. To see them in person and know all the history behind them, those are good. But then also Jackson Pollock's work, the scale of it. I would probably say the most impressive piece I've ever seen is Monet's Lilies. I thought it was just a little painting, and it actually spans a whole entire wall. So, I mean, when you see it, it's extremely impressive, just the scale of it. When you see it in books, you think it's small, but it is one of the most massive piece of work.
Hey, Zach, what's your favorite piece of art ever?
I'm going to have to go with this radio show.
Oh,
Piece
see.
of art every day.
Is it Kim Kardashian?
Autumn Rhythm is the correct answer.
I don't know. Actually, I went to the Fort Worth Main Street Arts Festival this past weekend. It was, how do the kids say, dope?
Okay, I was about to say shut your face because that was going to be one of the most impressive pieces of work at the Fort Worth Art Festival.
No, yeah, not that. It was fantastic.
It was like I was down on 16th and I saw this one.
It was a piece of glass. It was awesome. All right, let's see. Questions so far. And on Periscope, sorry, you're not going to be able to hear Todd, but you can get the
Don't
gist
apologize for that. They're fine with it.
I think you're okay. Bill, somebody asked, can we hear what Todd's question was? All right, here's some. Could Dez reenact his dunk from the dunk contest today?
Which one?
I don't know.
I dunked in 3.
Let's say
The last one, my final one, between my legs?
Yeah.
I can still do that, yeah.
When's the last time you were dunking on a court?
Playing?
Yeah. Like, I mean, not in the NBA, just playing.
Oh. Let me see. When was the last time I played pickup? I was just in Mexico dunking on court.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, when I was back there.
I just didn't know. I didn't know how often you played anymore. I
don't play near as much as I used to play. But, I mean, when I'm on the court, I definitely go and dunk the ball.
James on Twitter.
Did you dunk on McConaughey?
I did dunk on McConaughey.
Okay.
I dunked past McConaughey because he was standing still after I left.
You're like, bye.
I was like, see you later.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.
James on Twitter. Favorite vacation spot that isn't trendy? Or he says, or bucket list number 1.
Bucket list number 1 for me would be I want to go to Tokyo. I haven't been to Tokyo yet.
Really?
So I want to go to Tokyo. And then a not trendy vacation spot, I'm going to say Cortona, Italy, which is right around the Tuscan area. It's where they filmed the movie Under the Tuscan Sun. Really low-key, it is old world Italy. Phenomenal food. Fast food doesn't exist. The wine is incredible. The views are incredible. So if you haven't been to Cortona, go rent you a villa and go to Cortona.
Somebody on Periscope was saying Turner Falls, ? Do you know what that is?
No idea.
Okay, me neither.
Yeah, it's down South Oklahoma, down around Davis and Sulphur.
Oh, is that what it is?
It's where Falls Creek Church Camp is.
Yeah, well, that would be your second best.
I will say,
my bucket list.
in Oklahoma, I don't know if you've been to Beaver's Bend. I know. Have you been down there, Desmond, in southeast Oklahoma?
I have not. No.
I know Byron Scott used to always go down there to southeast Oklahoma and love that place.
I'll stick with Italy. That sounds good.
Yeah, Cortona's good.
I mean, with all due respect,
I love Oklahoma.
Let's see. Do you still play golf at Torrey Pines? I met you there.
Wow, that's a long time ago.
So it's been a while.
Yeah, Torrey Pines, man, that is a really long time ago. No, I hadn't played Torrey Pines since that time.
If you're on Twitter, you can follow me at Big Easy. There's a link to our Periscope. We're Periscope and Dez, and we're doing Ask Dez this whole segment. You can ask questions to us on Twitter and on Periscope.
That's a great course, by the way, too. Sorry to interrupt. Yeah, man. Phenomenal course. Torrey's great.
We're writing down all the questions. Go ahead.
I got some from the text line.
Go ahead.
How ruthless was Coach Sutton during practice?
He was actually quiet. There's a couple times he even fell asleep, during practice.
He was one of those coaches that if he talked, you knew he really meant what he said.
Yeah, he sat and watched practice, and then Sean and everyone else conducted practices. And as soon as somebody did something wrong, you can hear that windbreaker coming your way. And he'd jump up and...
We were talking about that, the squishy sounds?
Yeah, that and that nice fro. He'd pat his fro, talk about how soft and how good it was. And then he just scream at you.
Here's another one about when you played at Oklahoma State. What's your favorite game you played at Oklahoma State and the loudest you ever heard Gallagher-Iba?
Both at the same time. It was kind of my coming out party for the NBA. There was a lot of scouts in town, Jerry Krause and a lot of guys. They were there in Kansas and Stillwater to see Eric Chenoweth.
Oh, what a bust he was.
Yeah, and I had... I went
another
off for
Zach,
38.
Another white guy that everyone thought was great in college. It didn't work out.
He went through a whole complaint the other day. One of his daily complaints was stop falling in love with the white guy that does well in the NCAA tournament.
Adam Morrison.
He was flying.
Tyler Hansborough. How many times has he been an All-Star?
He was flying through him. He almost sold me on it. Almost.
Don't draft Frank Kaminsky, GMs.
Yeah, I'm right there with you on that one.
Let's see. What are some other questions? How good can OKC be healthy next year?
I think they're a home court advantage team if they're healthy. I still think they have another piece to go out and get. I think they can use.
I don't know if they're going to be able. Are they going to have money to get it?
Yeah, they're going to have money, but they can. They can package up. I don't think it has to be an expensive player. They can package up, some of the young boys and maybe a late draft pick, second round, and go out and get somebody.
Might be able to sign someone to a 1 year that's trying to wait and get money after the cap goes up, too.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to be above it next year. If they sign Cannon to a max deal, which that's what it sounds like they're going to do, they're going to sign him to a max deal, even though it won't be a max deal after the new TV money comes in.
Here's another
they're going to go over the cap this year, it sounds like.
Here's another one on the text line. Did Chris Paul like playing in Oklahoma City with the Hornets?
He did. I mean, you know what? The whole entire team enjoyed being in Oklahoma City, and that is honest truth. Yeah, a lot of guys. I mean, they were displaced from the craziness with Katrina, and the guys came into town, and they were just, loved on and embraced in the city, and everyone was a rock star everywhere you went. So again. Everybody on the team enjoyed being here. Obviously, Coach Byron Scott, he's said over and over how much he loved being in Oklahoma City. And if you're George Shinn, you made a lot of money, in that short amount of time. So, I mean, again, everybody enjoyed being here.
Let's see. Do Spurs win the championship?
Memphis.
Woo. Interesting. Memphis. I haven't heard that a lot.
Memphis.
They might be the 6th seed.
Memphis. I wouldn't want to play them as 6th seed. Night for your first round.
Well, I tell you what, that was a grinder of a series last year.
Oh, here's a good one from Sauce Castillo on Twitter.
Oh, that guy.
Favorite celebrity crush as a kid, and have you met him or her now that you're famous? First off, I'm pretty sure it'd be a her.
Yeah, definitely
have you
her.
met her now that you're famous?
I have not, and I grew up.
/her.
When I was young, it was Alyssa Milano.
Ooh, oh, yeah.
When I was really young, it was Alyssa Milano.
Was there another one around our age group? Was there another one that was more, what would be the right word? More popular with boys our age?
Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
Oh, yeah.
Kelly Kapowski was.
Yeah, that's probably number one. Alyssa Milano was right there, though.
Yeah.
Let's see. Biggest painting Des has done?
19 and a half feet by 7 feet.
Holy moly!
Yeah, I sold it to
I
sold it to a client in Miami. He had a penthouse condo, and so when I sold it to him, he says he's gonna put it in his condo, and I asked him, like, well, where's your condo? He says on the 26th floor. I'm like, okay. So we basically took it off of the stretcher bars. We cut the stretcher bars in threes, shipped it to him, took it up to his condo. Then I had two guys go back into his condo and put it all back together, and then they hung it down his hallway.
Wow!
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I'm going to tweet out a photo of it today.
That's very cool.
It's a sick piece.
I imagine. Crowns or markers?
Crowns.
10-day contract, would you?
No.
How does Desmond Mason feel about grown men wearing jerseys?
I've done it before, but I've done it when they were throwbacks.
Throwbacks is the only time it's okay.
Yeah, I think so.
What about the jersey T-shirt?
Wait a minute. I don't know if I subscribe to that.
I think a throwback is good. At least when I was wearing them, throwbacks were good.
T-shirt underneath or no?
Well, if you're wearing it just to be cool looking, you gotta wear a T-shirt. On your throwback, yeah. If you're wearing it just to be cool, like you can't be a grown man walking around with a jersey with no shirt up under it. That's gross.
So I'm with you. East Popcorn State U, by the way, says Nicole Eggert from Charles in Charge.
Nicole Eggert.
She was pretty good. Yes. Do you remember Nicole Eggert? Do you remember Charles in Charge?
I do remember Charles in Charge.
The girl from there, she wasn't bad. Okay, what else did you get there, Tom?
No, I was just going to say, I think basketball jerseys are maybe the one outlier because football has sleeves.
Yeah.
Hockey sweaters have long sleeves. Yeah. Basketball jerseys are hard to wear and get away with it unless it's the throwback and there's a T-shirt underneath.
Yeah, and then you also got to understand, like a lot of guys, like they'll wear a away jersey with a white tee up on it, and that's a no-no.
Yeah, same color as the jersey.
Tee. Yeah, you got to get the same color tee.
All right, let's go through this King story with him. Actually, I got a couple more that I can ask real quick.
Who's the MVP this year, Desmond?
It's tough, man. I'm gonna go with Steph Curry.
All right. Last time you danced?
Last time I danced? It's been a while. Honestly,
years?
No, not maybe a year.
Are you a good dancer?
I think I'm a good dancer.
Yeah, of course he thinks he's a good dancer. He was getting mad at me because I was doing Q-tips one time in here or something. My little Q-tip thing. He's like, that's not good.
The water sprinklers and those.
That's right, yeah. Can't do anything.
There was kind of a hitch thing going on with you and Des in there.
Little Q-tip. Last concert you attended?
George Strait, private on a yacht.
Yeah, probably.
Besides George, I think it was a Lil Wayne concert. Was it Lil Wayne when he came to town? When he came to Oklahoma City? That was the last concert. What was that?
I lost my train of thought here. Most heartbreaking time you had to say no to someone asking for financial help.
I'm just going to say a very, very close family member.
Really?
Yeah.
That had to have sucked.
Yeah, especially after you had kind of done it multiple times already. And it just you became kind of like
had to cut him off.
Yeah, you became the first ask and the last ask.
Yeah.
With no try.
I bet that sucks.
Yeah, it really did. It was hard.
Any professional regrets?
No, I mean, I feel like I did it. I feel like I did it the right way. I mean, I played the game the right way. I played it hard. I mean, I don't feel like I left it all out there. I left everything out there when I played.
What in your youth did you miss out on because you were obsessive compulsive about basketball?
I missed my senior trip.
Where was that to?
Cancun.
Oh,
yeah,
you missed it then because that's where my senior trip was.
You absolutely missed it.
Yeah.
I missed mine too, but that's because I was a crappy baseball player in high school.
I missed a lot of friends' parties and stuff. I missed my senior trip because I decided to go play in a tournament in Atlanta.
You regret that?
My dad gave me the decision, though.
Really?
I don't regret it, no. It was a good tournament.
Desmond, you regret it. Give me about 30 minutes one day off the air, and I'll tell you about when I went on my senior trip to Cancun, and you will regret it then.
Well, but let's just say maybe that senior trip, maybe that would have dictated my college situation. There was a lot of scouts there. There was a lot of letters that came after that tournament.
Any other good ones here? Craziest situation that loyalty ever got you in?
To be totally honest, like I just kind of stay out of people's business. I don't like when someone starts telling me their business. I stop them. I don't want to hear it. I mean, even my closest buddies, I'm like, yeah, I'm out. So now they just know not to say. So I don't know. I normally stay away from that kind of stuff.
Most famous person you've ever asked for an autograph from?
Michael Jordan.
Ooh, that's a good one. Did he give it to you?
Signed a jersey.
Ooh.
If art wouldn't have worked out, what would you be doing right now? I mean, you'd still be doing art.
Yeah, well, while I was studying I wanted to be an art teacher, before I started getting into, to NBA kind of got into play, but that was kind of my goal, is to be an art teacher.
Are you one of those guys that always has to work?
Yeah, I like doing something. I like always doing something. I don't like sitting around. I can't really.
You're pretty damn busy.
Yeah, I don't like to sit around.
Sitting around.
I like.
I do, man. It's awesome.
You like sitting around in Cancun.
He hates coming in here. It's terrible. How did you propose to your wife?
In the Bahamas. We were at the Atlantis in the Bahamas. Then, they're very traditional, down on one knee and.
In the room at dinner.
In the room.
Did we do rose petals, anything like that?
No, it wasn't.
How do you feel about big screen?
It was meant to be a surprise. So
how do you feel about big screen proposals?
I think those are ridiculous. It's an intimate moment.
How would you feel if someone proposed to their wife and had their friends wait behind a lifeguard stand to take pictures of it?
I don't know. If I was a wife, I'd feel violated. I feel like it wasn't about me. It was more about the situation. It wasn't really about
you can see those photos at McCriteFamily.com.
That's so good.
Oh, you guys are some
He put you on blast.
He did. Of course he
Back
did.
up the bus.
Dude, it's a daily occurrence. Every damn
that
day.
was a good blast, though. That was a good one.
Well, where do I begin? First, it's tough to surprise your girlfriend with a proposal when you've been dating for over 6 years.
Oh, my God. He's got his own website.
That'll do it for the
Because I know with
show.
every passing special
1077,
occasion, I know it had to be in the back of Britt's head that the question was coming. So find a way to surprise her is going to be tough.
That's going to be a novel with a dude on a horse with long hair.
Vacation.
yeah.
She'll never think I'll do it on vacation, right? Of course not.
Those cannot be your words.
Those are his words.
Tell me you got a ghostwriter.
I think that somebody else had to have written that. I mean, maybe she had another lover, and I'm not sure. All right, that'll do it for the Desmond Mason Show.
You're my best friend. You're my soulmate, and I want to grow old with you, I said. Will you marry me?
Oh, my gosh.
I'm pretty sure the next words from her mouth were, oh, my God, as she stuck out her hand. Is that a yes, I asked? Yes. I pointed to the lifeguard hut where Jesse and Lacey had been hiding and taking pictures. Out they came. Hugs all around, followed by phone
Hugs all
calls
around?
to everyone.
You kidding me?
The pictures turned out better than I ever expected. Thank God for good friends.
Oh, my God. Well, at least the proposal went good. But the
Best
pictures were great.
night of my life so far. Zach McCrite. You can't make this up, people.
That concludes the Desmond Mason Hour on 107.7 The Franchise.
Classic.